Is it really worth spending hundreds of dollars on aftermarket taillights for your GR86 or BRZ? First gen had a bunch of different options to choose from when it came to taillights. Valentis, Toms, Buddy Clubs, the Helix Tri-Bars on my FRS, all fantastic looking choices. But for the second gen, I gotta be honest, most of the options that I've seen are absolute garbage. So we're gonna take a look at a set of $500 taillights and compare them to a $20 modification you can make to your OEM taillights, and I need you guys to decide which one's better. In my opinion, these are the best aftermarket taillights that are currently available for the second gen, and here's why. Most aftermarket taillights, besides I think the ECUTEK taillights, have a lens shape that is flat across the face of the taillight. And if you look at the OEM taillights, that's not how they were designed. So when you throw a set of those on the car, it doesn't flow well with the black accent that goes across the trunk. But as you can see here, these taillights maintain the OEM lens shape. So you have that indent in the middle section here, so that black accent flows perfectly into the taillight like it was supposed to. These are the HRS Elite Series taillights in the SBR finish. So you've got a smoke lens, matte black base, and the red running light. I do very much enjoy how these look on the car. You've got, of course, the BMW inspired design that gives it some retro vibes. There's also a unique Tetris style startup sequence that's gonna catch your eye. And of course, the sequential turn signals that everybody loves. The smoked lens blends in perfectly with the black accents of the car, and they absolutely do enhance the aesthetics of the rear end. They're also coming out with a clear version as well if you're into that. So once those come available, we'll toss a set on the car to see how they look. But these come in at just under $500. But are they $500 better than the stock taillights? So here are the OEM taillights. Nothing too special. What they do have going for them, again, is that OEM design where the black piece on the trunk flows perfectly into the taillight, and then the C-light section here flows back into the bumper, and it's one cohesive unit across the rear end of the car. Honestly, it doesn't look all that bad, but I think we can make this look a whole lot better by installing the Driven Media overlay. So I'm gonna install each color on here so you can see how they look. We're gonna start with the reflector on the side of the taillight here. This red reflector sticks out from the rest of the black of the taillight. So I'm gonna install the light smoke option first. And these are super easy to install. They're pre-cut to the perfect size. So we just need to line up the overlays and carefully follow the edges. And this vinyl is very forgiving, so if you mess up, you can just peel it off and redo it. It's as easy as that. We'll cover up these turn signals next with the light smoke. As a bonus, we're gonna put an overlay on the reverse light assembly as well. I really wish they would have done something new with this design, but they basically just copied it from the first gen, and it just sticks out from the black plastic. It's really easy to do. There's just 3 pop clips on the bottom that I've already removed, so this can just pop off. And the overlay goes right on. So here's the light smoke option, definitely subtle but noticeable. It helps to tone down the clear of the turn signal and definitely helps to hide the red reflector on the side to help it blend in with the rest of the black. And then you can also see on the reverse light there, just a nice subtle difference from the bright, clear chrome reflectors inside there, just to tone it down a bit. I'm gonna take all these off now, and we'll move on to the next color choice. We're gonna swap the light smoke option from the side markers here for the dark smoke version. So the light smoke kind of gives it a dark cherry red vibe and helps to hide it. But the dark smoke is really gonna blend it in with the rest of the black. For the turn signals, we're gonna do the red option next. I also have a red option for the reverse light assembly. So we'll take the light smoke off here. The red is for sure one of my favorites. It's definitely fighting for the top position. I mean, look at it. It cleans up the rear end of the car, blends in perfectly with the red lens of the OEM taillight, and it just makes it look so aggressive. The red on the reverse light assembly looks amazing as well. What do you guys think? Comment down below. We're gonna move on to the next one. We've got the yellow option next to give us that JDM inspired look. You guys haven't noticed by now, these are super easy to install. The yellow is certainly a unique look. It's not gonna be for everybody, but I would certainly rock it. It gives you those old school JDM vibes. It would look especially nice on a white or black car with that contrast, but really, it works on any color. We're taking the red off of the reverse light. Now, I have a dark smoke version that has a gloss finish to it. But what we're gonna be installing instead of that gloss black version is a newer version that I just recently added. This is the dark stealth. And instead of the gloss finish, this has a dark matte black finish to it. So it blends in really well with the matte black of the rear bumper. So if you're really wanting that stealth look, this is gonna be a great option for you. And this is actually what I'm gonna opt for to keep on the car because I think it looks amazing. We'll take these yellows off. I'm losing light rapidly here, but the last option we have, if I can get these off, is the dark smoke. And again, the dark smoke option is going to be what I'm going to keep on the car. It's kind of hard to see when it's dark out. I don't know about you guys, but the dark smoke has to be my favorite because of the way it blends the taillight in with the rest of the black trim and really makes the red of the sea light pop out. Also, look at the dark stealth on the reverse light. Like I said, blends in perfectly with the rear bumper and it just looks so aggressive. It makes the stock taillights look so much better. Let me know what you guys think. Now, some people are gonna comment and say, why would you cover your lights up with a dark smoke tint and decrease your visibility? Let me show you guys how much light shines through for the turn signals and the reverse lights. So we'll pop in here, get the hazards flashing, and we'll pop back out. Look at that, completely visible. I mean, you can't say you cannot see those lights. There is a ton of light that shines through the overlays. You're not gonna be decreasing your visibility. Let me turn the reverse lights on. Oh, I'm gonna have to step on the clutch. Look at that. Now, okay, granted, I do have LED bulbs in the reverse light, which are also available on the website. But even without the LED bulbs, with the halogens, there's gonna be a ton of light out there. I do recommend, though, upgrading to the LEDs, even if you don't have the overlays, because these are a ton brighter. Let me show you how easy it is to change these out. All we have to do to swap those lights out, like I said, there's 3 pop clips on this cover here on the bottom of the bumper. Remove those, pull this off, and then that gives you access to the bulb sockets. Just twist those clockwise and then pull them out. And right now I have the LED bulbs in there, but we'll take these out and I'm gonna put these stock bulbs back in just to give you an idea of how much brighter these LED bulbs are and why you need to upgrade. So stock halogen bulb back in, twist it to lock it back in place. We'll do the same thing on this side. Cover pops back on, and then you just put the pop clips back in, and that's it. Let's turn these on and I'll show you the difference. We'll put the car back into reverse. And there you go. See, still a bunch of light shining through, so people are gonna know that you're backing up, but definitely not as bright as the LEDs. Let me put the camera in a fixed location here and then put the LEDs back in so you get a side-by-side. Okay, so we'll take these out. Gotta try not to burn my hands because these are probably gonna be hot, but we'll do it for science. So take these out. Oh, they're really hot. Fuck. Should have just turned it off. Why didn't I turn it off? Okay, LEDs going in. Oh my God. That's like blinding. Ugh. Put this back on. And there you go. For those of you wanting to swap out every single bulb to an LED, I have a full interior LED upgrade, so you get the map lights, again, a ton brighter. For the base model, it'll also be the trunk light, which I'll show you in a little bit, but for you premium GR86 or limited BRZ, there'll also be a light for the mirror and the one that's underneath the door right here. The base model has a cover here. It doesn't actually have the light, so you don't need those, but for the premium and limited owners, you're gonna have a light underneath the door. You just pop it out and replace the bulb there. Let me pop the trunk. So inside the trunk, I still have the halogen bulb up there. Let me get that swapped out. All right, I got the old halogen bulb out. Here's the new LED, and I have not changed any settings in the camera since I took that OEM bulb out, and look how much brighter that is. Huge upgrade. You guys need to do this. We kind of went off on a tangent there, but back to the taillights. I'm so curious to hear from you guys on whether or not an aftermarket taillight has caught your eye, or if you're gonna stick with the stock taillights. And if you're sticking with the stock taillights, what overlay option do you think looks best? In my opinion, I really love how these stock taillights look, especially with the overlays installed. I mean, I think this looks amazing, and there really, to me, isn't an option out there that I would spend money on to swap these out yet. Maybe later on in the future, there's gonna be something that's really cool that comes along and I'm gonna wanna swap them out. But for now, I think I'm gonna stick with these stock taillights with the overlays on there. Let me know what you guys think, comment down below. But as you guys can see, it's completely dark outside. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to pick up the overlays or the LED upgrades, check out the links down in the description. And if you guys have any questions at all on whatever it is, comment down below. I'm always happy to help. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.